Shalom, Malcolm, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us his truth and that's still teaching his truth, and much peace, love, and salutation to the elect, beginning with the 144,000, all the way down to the large multitude that believes in who the Lord will deliver in these last days. To you all I say Shalom. I'm the brother Tazimah from the Great Millstone Dallas camp. I'm coming back today with another lesson, and Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying to the elect. And what you see here on the screen is an article that I was taking a look at that reads, and this is from the People's Voice.tv. All right, it reads, it says, House passes resolution making anti-Zionism a hate crime in America. All right, let's read this again. House passes resolution making anti-Zionism a hate crime in America. Okay, and anti-Zionism is pretty much as they say. I'm using their logic with their wording. Anti-Zionism, anti-Semitic, which is really shum, but they say anti-Semitic. If you speak out against Israel, the state of Israel, okay, and if you speak out against the state of Israel or anything that has to deal with Israel, the whole issue going on between Israel and Palestine, all right, and pretty much Esau, Edom, all right, Esau being found out in these last days, all right, shameful spewing is being put upon his glory, okay, because they're really Edomites out there, of the chief, it's really Amalek, which is the chief house of the house of Edom. Okay, but when you go to the prophecies written about in the scriptures, for example, when you read like Isaiah the 2nd chapter or Micah the 4th chapter, okay, when it talks about the true Israelites being in the land, that there will be peace in the earth and that there won't be any war. Okay, Yahweh Shai will be sitting upon the throne of David. Okay, all 12 tribes will be gathered together. All right, the people will be rejoicing rather than mourning. But if you look at prophecy, all right, according to prophecy, and you look at what's going on in the land of Israel today, that's not happening. So you got to ask yourself, what's going on? And secondly, how come these are the only people that have a biblical narrative, or I'd rather say a biblical nationality, but everybody else doesn't? And then, when we are claiming, which we are truly the Israelites, but whenever we claim it, it's an issue. And then you have people like Vocab Alone and other Christians that, back this whole so-called Zionist movement. You see, it's because that lets you know who's in control. That lets you know who's running things when you can't speak out against them. That's power. And this is just another ploy, if you will, and ultimately prophecy being fulfilled of the famine of the word too. All right. So it says, let's read it again. House passes resolution making anti-Zionism a hate crime in America. Okay, it says lawmakers quietly passed a resolution last week making anti-Zionism a hate crime in the United States of America. It says on December 5th, 2023, the House passed a resolution condemning the alleged drastic rise of anti-ism in America following Hamas attack on Israel on October 7th. The vote split Democrats, with many accusing Republicans of attempting to weaponize J-ish pain. Okay, and this all, like I said, this is all a ploy, all right, for them to come down with great wrath and for them to stop this word from coming out, because this is really just aimed at us. Okay, this is really aimed at us, and this is gonna make a man an offender for a word on a higher level, on a higher scale. All right, this is Isaiah 29 and Isaiah 29 and 20. Okay, it says, It says, for the terrible one is brought to naught, and the terrible one that's being brought down. Okay, let's actually just get the word terrible one in the Hebrew. The terrible one, you got Ira Yataza. Okay, you got Ira Yataza. Okay, and that word terrible one, it says, I have seen a wicked man ruthless. Okay, so the terrible one is talking about the wicked, those that bring forth ruthlessness upon the planet Earth. So that main terrible one is talking about Esau. All right, he's the one that's ruling with the sword. He's the one that passes all kinds of laws, rules, and legislation. All right, that's aimed at really keeping you subjected. Okay, it's really aimed at also wanting to cut off the nation of Israel from being a nation. Okay, and the way that he's being brought down is via this word coming out. Okay, because it's really being brought out who the true Israelites are and who the frauds are. Okay, it says, for the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. Okay, those that are watching for our downfall, plotting behind the scenes, that work mischief and that work mischief and evil and darkness. You know, the scripture says that in the book of Micah, the 2nd chapter. It says that they work evil upon their beds. You know, all these different councils, and it tells you that this bill was passed quietly. This is a bill that was passed, and it's talking about hate crime in America. You know, if you speak out against these particular people, it's a hate crime. That's destroying people's amendments, the right for freedom of speech, right? But this was passed quietly, and more of these laws are being passed. It's going to cause particular people to revolt and uprise, man, because they feel as if their law, or what's the word I'm looking for? Their rights. That's what I was looking for. The water. Call all y'all Bashim. Their rights are being taken away, stripped away daily. Okay. So it says, for the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off, that make a man an offender for a word. This prophecy is screaming and popping off the pages right now, man. That make a man an offender for a word. And what's that word? That word is going to be the things that somebody says, man. And that word offender is chata, when you get it in the Hebrew, which is like a sin. Okay? That word is chata. All right? I'm going to go up a little bit. To miss the mark, or to sin. You see the miss right there, which that word is the same word for sin in the Hebrew. Bring into guilt. You see that? Bring into guilt, condemnation, punishment. You see that? So by the things that you say, you will be brought before magistrates and judges to be condemned as guilty by your words, being brought into guilt, or being condemned, or being brought into punishment. You see, who bring a man into condemnation. The famine of the word is right around the corner, man. It's not too much longer. It's not too much longer until Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai really completely shuts his word off from being accessible, man. We're about to see a large scrub on the videos. You see, because they want zero access to the truth. You see, they want zero access to the truth, and they want everybody to be perpetual slaves to this and wonder after this beast system. You see, you can't. And when you live in a society that's full of lies and sorcery and witchcraft, you can't have truth. You know, this is the light that's shining in a dark place, and in order for, and this is the, you know, they want this is the valley of the shadow of death, the land of darkness. So they can't have any light. So they're going to do all that they can do and pass laws, you know, and make particular rules and legislation that tries to cut this word off. But it's really Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua cutting this word off, because he's getting ready to shut this thing down. Okay, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. Who's the one that's reproving in the gate? We're the ones that's reproving in the gate. We're the ones that's out there on the highways and byways going into the scriptures and going into the prophecies, truly breaking down what the Bible's talking about. Who is the God of the Bible? What's their names? You see, who are the true Israelites? Who are these people that are posing to be the Israelites? What's going on in the world? What's going on in the Middle East between these different nations, between America, Russia, okay, China, Iran, okay? Who are our enemies? What's the throne of David? Okay, who's the world? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus? What's he gonna do when he returns? Okay, who are the true Gentiles? All these different things that are being brought up that we have been taught lies about growing up, going into the Christian church, whether you was Christian, whether you was Protestant, Baptist, Catholic, or atheist, or whatever, or you was into another kind of philosophy or God. Okay, the true Israelites are being turned back to their power. The scripture says that we would hear a voice behind thee saying, "This is the way, walk ye in it." And then we would cast away all the idols and gods of silver and gold, and we will cast it away like a minstrel's cloth, man. You see, and our enemy hates that. You see, beginning with the Edomites, our enemies hate that because they profit off of Jake's ignorance. You see, they profit off of Jake's ignorance, but now things is about to start getting even more real and more tight. You see, and this is what we advocate this, man, because we understand and know this means that we're a lot more closer to prophecy than we think, as it says in Romans the 13th chapter. Our salvation is nearer than when we believe, man. It says, "The lay snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught." And who is the just? The just ultimately are the elect of the nation of Israel. You see, they want us to quote unquote disappear. Because we got the testimony. We're pretty much a witness to their crimes. And when a witness stands, and when a witness is alive to testify, that person will try to do everything that they can to either A, try to flee the scene, or B, try to take the witness out. You see? So let's go back. It says 311 members of the House voted for the resolution, while 14 voted against the 92. While 14 voted against and 92 voted present. The resolution reaffirms the House's unwavering support for Zionist supremacy. See, because really America and Israel work hand in hand. That's why whenever Yahushua returns and the judgment comes, all right, America's going to be completely destroyed and Israel's going to be completely destroyed. Okay, and it also just lets you know who's truly in power, man. Because now things are starting to come out when it comes to this whole thing going on over there in the Middle East between Palestine and Israel. How there was a humanitarian ceasefire that was voted that was put up to vote for it against, and you had one, which was America, that voted against the ceasefire. Okay, which America is a primary member of the UN Security Council. You got America, China, France, Great Britain, and Russia, and they voted against it, which pretty much vetoed the resolution. But here it is. This is a nation and a people that advocates peace, quote unquote, right? You see? It says the resolution reaffirms the House's unwavering support for Zionist supremacy, which is really Edomite supremacy. Okay, and I let you know who's sitting in high places within Parliament and Congress, also too. Here in America, it says, and calls on elected officials and world leaders to label anti-Z-ism as anti-S-ism. You see that? It's the same thing. It's just a play on words, but it's the same thing. Okay. But you would ask yourself, I mean, if these are the true people, well, how come they got to pass laws? How come there's people in the world even speaking out against them? That wouldn't be happening in the kingdom of heaven, right? That wouldn't be happening when the true Israelites are in the land, though, right? The scripture says that all nations will flow unto Israel. That ain't happening right now. If anything, most people trying to stand clear from that place in their ideologies and their ways. You know? It says the 92 members of Congress who voted present did so because of pressure by Democrats such as Maryland Democrat Jamie Raskin and New York Congressman Jerry Nadler and Dan Goldman. These three Democrats put out a statement earlier on December 5th criticizing the resolution as, quote unquote, the latest unserious attempt by Republicans to weaponize Paine and the serious problem of anti-ism to score cheap political points. The coalition made the case that the resolution was redundant due to how the House passed a resolution the week prior affirming Israel's right to exist as a sovereign state, while also declaring that December 5th's measure, quote unquote, does not account for the complexity of Judaism itself, and ignores nuanced examples such as the Satmar sect, a Hasidic J movement, which remains staunchly anti-Z and quite obviously not anti-Esism. You see, but they're using this all on a play of words, because anti-Zism and anti-Esism are the same things. Okay, so when they say they're making anti-Zism a hate crime here in America, is really what they're pretty much telling you is that if you speak out against the J's, all right, that it's going to be a hate crime, and now punishment could be accrued upon that, whether it be jail time or being fined, you know, videos being taken down, and you know, and then it starts going to the different congressmen. All right, but hey, this is wicked decrees, as it says in Isaiah the 10th chapter. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. Okay, this is an unrighteous decree, but these things must happen. These things must be. Okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, these things have to happen ultimately for prophecy's sake, because this is all going to lead closer and closer and more into the famine of the word, man. Okay, because these people are being found out, man. Esau is being found out. The scripture says that his skirt will be lifted. Okay, I know it's in Isaiah 47, but I think it's also in Nahum the 3rd chapter as well too. Hold on one second. Let me get the one in Nahum. So like I was making a turn. Hold on one second. Okay. Right. Nahum chapter 3 verse 5. All right, Nahum chapter 3 verse 5. All right, it says, "Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts." And this against thee, this is spiritually talking about Babylon. Okay, so Babylon is also likened unto Assyria, Nineveh, okay, Rome. Okay, this is a revival, Egypt. Okay, this is a revival of these different kingdoms and empires coming back today. Okay, that's why the scripture calls Babylon the mother of all harlots, which Babylon is America. So it says, "Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face." You see that? And I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. And that's pretty much meaning that your skirt going to be lifted up. You see, and when a woman, if a woman's skirt, you know, let's say a woman is walking down the street, you know, in like the Marilyn Monroe a picture, you know what I'm saying, like how she's walking and there's like a little vent underneath her and the skirt comes up and she's holding it down like in a sexy pose. She's trying to hold the skirt down. Why? Well, the whole reason of that is because what, she wants to cover up her private part. You see, which pretty much is symbolically saying that pretty much your nakedness is going to be seen. Okay, and you're going to be exposed to the public, and how the Lord is going to expose, ultimately how the Lord is going to expose Esau is going to be by way of destroying his beast system. All right, by way of fire, by the ICBM thermonuclear missiles, man. But Esau's skirts is being lifted up via this word going out, man. You see, all the lies are being swallowed up in truth, and there's nothing that they can do to stop it. These videos have gone out; they're all over the internet, and that's why they wanted to stop the internet from even existing. You see, but Yahweh Bashem Yahushua was the one that created the internet. He was the one that created the internet and YouTube, okay, for these videos to go out. Okay? Internet, the internet is what does the heavy lifting. Okay, so it says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness. See that? I will show the nations thy nakedness. And when you get that word nakedness, that word is ma'ir, excuse me, ma'ir. Okay, ma'ir. And that word, it says Nahum 3 and 5, you got suffix, you got ma'irach. All right. It says figurative of Nineveh. Figurative of Nineveh. So it ain't talking about actual Nineveh. This is a figurative Nineveh here. Okay? Figurative. A simile. Figurative of Nineveh. It says nuenda. Let's get this definition here. Nudendum. It says a person's external genitals, especially a woman's. You see that? A person's external genitals, especially a woman, like a woman's breast or her her ass may be showing, or her vagina. You know, that's why a woman covers up. I mean, shit, in today's society, we don't see that no more. But I mean, hey, we in the mistress of witch. This is the mother of all harlots, the mistress of witchcrafts here. The more that you can expose, and the more that you can expose on the side as a woman, the better you are. But right. But in the ancient world, you know, a woman would cover herself. She would make sure she would wear like a long dress. You know, her figure wouldn't really necessarily be shown like that because it's only specifically for her man. Okay. So it says a person's external genitals, especially a woman's. So it says nudendum or nudenda, exposed, external genitals, exposed in shameful punishment. In shameful punishment. And that shameful punishment is ultimately going to be by way of missiles, man. You see? But right now, the charges is being brought up again. Right now, the charges are being brought out. And the charges are being brought out by the true judges. Okay? Which are the prophets. The charges are being brought down. You see? And with the charges being brought down, the judgment's going to commence. The stoning, if you will, eventually. And that stoning is going to be Yahweh Shai returning with the chariots and the ICBM thermonuclear missiles, man. Okay, because the scripture says that I suffer not a wish to live, and even a whore, you know, an adulterous woman would get stoned. You see, and I want to say that and I want to say a woman, and I want to say that there's a law. Let me see real quick. Hold on. Leviticus 20. Okay, what verse is that in Leviticus? Is this Leviticus 19? No, that's not it. Yeah, Leviticus 21. Yeah, Leviticus 21 and 9. Yeah, priest daughter. Let's just I just want to get it just for clarification. You know what I'm saying? Leviticus 21 and 9. It says, and the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore. Now, this goes into the law when it comes to the Levites. You know, if you had a daughter, your daughter couldn't be no whore. You know, she couldn't be out there playing the harlot, sleeping with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You know, riding the sea carousel, if you will, monkey branching. You couldn't do that. But monkey branching is promoted here, man. The more sexual partners that a woman has in this society, you know, you get honored. Anyways, this is going into a whole different topic. It says, in the daughter, and there's lessons within lessons, as the apostles say. It says, in the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father, right? She pretty much, you bring forth dishonor upon your father's name. She shall be burnt with fire. She shall be burnt with fire. And that's, man, when you think about it figuratively, that's what's going to happen to America. America done played the hole in the harlot. So now what? America going to be burnt with fire. Okay? But all in all, with this article, okay, this is going to be this is nothing more than just another shot, if you will, at the famine of the word, because this law was passed quietly, man. Okay, so Lord willing, this is edifying lesson. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Excuse me, that taught us this truth, and that's still teaching this truth. And much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Until next time, I say shalom.